Chair now recognizes Representative Gray for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you to the witnesses for being here today. While I don't represent the region that Representative LaMalfa's Orland Project Water Management directly impacts, this legislation highlights an important issue involving California water. Efficient water transfers like this allow reclamation and local Central Valley water project contractors to ensure more reliable water deliveries for our farmers. As you may know, existing law requires the state of California to request approval from the Secretary of Interior for water transfer for temporary drought assistance. Mr. Scheer, how would surplus water transfers to the Central Valley Water Project impact Reclamation's ability to allocate water to contractors?
Thank you for the question, Congressman, and good to see you again.
Good to see you.
You know, again, it just puts more flexibility into the system. In this particular instance, for the Orland project, it's a contained watershed that routinely has excess water. When in those years where there is excess water, that they can then create temporary contracts to sell into the CVP. You have contractors south of Orland who can either put it to use that year if they need it, or potentially store it in another site for a year when they may need it. So it just provides more flexibility overall in the system.
Thank you for that. You know, for years, the state, frankly, has used its role in the Central Valley Water Project to implement rigid regulations on allocations and the use of water. And I certainly am encouraged to see my colleagues work on cutting bureaucratic red tape to increase water supply. And I look forward, Madam Chair, to working with them to increase water supply in our region. And with that, I yield back the remainder of my time.
I sure look forward to working with you to increase the water supply for the wonderful citizens of California as well. I think the failed leadership in California has really done them a terrible disservice over the last 40 years, and I think we could make some real progress.
Madam Chair, whose time are we on right now with that little speech there? Was that?
That was a matter of personal privilege.
That was just
Would you like 10 seconds
just
to
personal
respond?
flourish?
I just don't know like 10 seconds to respond,
from the Ivory
please
Tower
go
of
ahead.
Wyoming if you are qualified to render the
Actually,
editorial.
yes, because it's our water that you want to take. So in fact, I am qualified.
In California,
it's the
we're
Green
taking
River.
Wyoming?
Yeah, it's the Green River. It's the Colorado River.
That's pretty fantastical.
So there would you like another 10 seconds to respond,
No,
Mr. Huffman? Because you're sure welcome to have it.
I think we've done too much, actually.
Okay, thank you.